Welcome to CMC Research Institutes. We recently had the opportunity to interview Dr. Jennifer Wagner, president of CarbonCure, a company that enables the concrete industry to reduce their carbon footprint while also improving operations. We began the conversation by discussing what CarbonCure does in more detail.
CarbonCure introduces CO2 into concrete to make the concrete greener and stronger. And why that's important is the concrete industry has been looking for ways to reduce their carbon footprint for decades. And they've sort of taken a lot of the approaches to the finish line, and they're saying, you know, we've done everything we can for, solution X, Y, and Z, but we need to do more. And so that's where carbon capture and utilization comes into play. And so what we offer the concrete industry is an opportunity for them to keep doing what they're doing. We don't change their materials, we don't change their equipment. What we do is we bring in a technology that allows the concrete producers to take waste CO2 from other industries. It could be a cement plant or a ethanol plant or a fertilizer plant. And we take that CO2 to the concrete plant where it gets injected and actually becomes converted into something else. So that's the philosophy of utilization, is you're taking CO2 and converting it into a valuable product. And in our case, we're making concrete.
We then asked Jennifer what motivates companies to use CarbonCure's technology.
Of course, we have two value propositions in that we are able to offer a greener product that's differentiated in the market, but there's also the cost-saving element as well, which is attractive. And I think in certain parts of North America, green is a really sexy topic. You go into any architect's office or any builder and they want the greenest product available. So those concrete producers tend to be pretty savvy when it comes to talking about green products. And so that's very interesting to them. And then in other parts of North America, you'll see that they're a little behind the curve, and they're just getting up to speed on how to talk about green products. But what we're finding is that even if the producer signs on for the economic benefits, once they start to test the waters in the market, and they'll say, you know what, my customers love this. You know, my customers are asking for it. You know what, I didn't really believe it until now that there's value on the green side as well. So I think there's customers at different points of the curve, but at the end of the day, it's nice to have both of those to draw from, the economic and the environmental benefits. And I think in the long term, for a company in utilization to be successful, you have to offer both.
We were also curious to know what being a contestant for X Prize has meant to CarbonCure.
So CarbonCure has actually been very fortunate in that we've won a few awards over the years. Just this year, we were the recipient of the Cleantech Group's North American Company of the Year. So that was really exciting. And then also something for you that's close to home is Emissions Reduction Alberta ran a Grand Carbon Challenge over the last few years, and we were the co-winner of that as well. And of course, the Carbon X Prize is being hosted in Calgary, and that's the $20 million competition to convert carbon emissions into products. So we are at the final stages of the Carbon X Prize. The demo's actually running as we speak through till November, and we will learn who the winner is probably sometime in December or January, and they'll take home a prize worth 7.5 million US. There's a similar track running in Wyoming as well, where they'll announce a separate winner around the same time frame. We see there being tremendous marketing value in being associated with the X Prize Foundation. Some of the past winners have included Richard Branson, so some household names. And once you are sort of affiliated with such a well-recognized organization like X Prize, I think your name's really put on the map. Of course, the cash helps. So there's always a lot of stuff we can do with money. So that's a good thing. But also it's forced us to accelerate some of the technology development work that we've been working on over the last few years. So the winner is selected based on a score, and we've found ways to maximize the score using one of the technologies that we'll be announcing in a couple of months.
Lastly, we wanted to know what it's like to be a female leader in an industry that is traditionally male-dominated.
I know when I was originally looking for a job, there weren't a lot of female role models that had careers that I was interested in. So if you talk to engineers who were female, working on an oil rig didn't really appeal to me. But I think to the extent that we can raise awareness of the really interesting jobs that women can have in tech, I think we may be able to attract more women to the space. And if you think about, girls in high school, raising awareness of what jobs are available in carbon utilization, like those words didn't even exist when I was in high school. Some girls might be interested in that and then choose to take the chemistry class and then maybe major in chemistry in university and then go on to do some really wonderful things. So I think to the extent that we can start telling better stories about the great jobs that women do have, then people will be able to see themselves in those roles in the future and then pursue those career paths. There's always isolated stories of, strange things happening where people say, which one of these guys are you married to? And well, actually, I work here too. And in fact, I'm president. So give me a break. But that's just a fact of life. And you kind of let those moments roll off your back and kind of move forward. I think one of the other things that's helped me personally is getting mentors in the space. So for the last 10 years, I've always had at least a few female mentors that I look up to in different industries, not just in tech. And so if I am having questions or, moments where maybe I'm lacking a bit of confidence, I can turn to them and say, here's what I'm thinking about this situation, or here's what I'd like to do. What do you think? And get that feedback. And even to this day, I do have a group of actually men and women who act as sort of peer mentors. And I find that extremely valuable to help build my own confidence, but also to have that sounding board.
Thank you for watching our fascinating talk with Jennifer Wagner of CarbonCure. If you'd like to know more about CMC Research Institutes, visit our website at cmcghg.com or contact us at admin@cmcghg.com.